Hi, welcome to Pagan Goddess Tarot. And today I am going to be doing a monthly read for the zodiac sign of Gemini for the 3rd through the 10th, I believe. 9th or 10th of... I should look that up, huh? Sorry. Of December. It's been a long day. Sorry I didn't get a chance to get to you earlier. All right. And keep in mind that it is even though it's a zodiac read, it's still a general collective read. It's just a much smaller portion of it. And remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you find that if you find that in a few days, few weeks, few months, few years, whatever, that the reading does resonate with you, you're more than welcome to come back to my channel and re-watch any of the videos that that you want. I'm working on something so that we can have extendeds, and you'll just have to bear with me. I have a really tight schedule, and again, I'm trying not to overextend myself at this point until I know that I can free up some time. If you're 18 years of age or less, you need to exit the channel. These are, let me see. Some of my cards have full frontal nudity, and although there's no sexual connotation, you can't be on my channel if you're less than 18 years old. And I don't do readings for anybody younger than 18 years of age because of personal reasons. Okay? If you like the channel, please press the like, subscribe, and share button. It helps the channel grow. You wouldn't believe. I thought, you hear it over and over again how it does, but there's something in that algorithm. It really does. Everything that you do as a on your side has an exponential effect on this channel. And it's a young channel, so it needs help growing. Okay, so now let's get down to the reading. The first thing I'm going to do is pull a card from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Okay. Again, I do pre-shuffle my cards so that we don't have to listen to 20 minutes of me shuffling through the reading, okay? All right. And it says, Gemini, you want Swan Spirit. It is time for a deep dive. Wow, what a gorgeous card. All right. There we go. I'm going to take 2 from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I do use Oracle cards because of their own. They're very powerful messages. And then they work in conjunction with the tarot when we get into the tarot part of the read. I can't explain it, but you'll understand it when you see it. Surround yourself with protective energy. Okay. And the second one from the Angels and Oracle deck, or I'm sorry, Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, is Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Alright, so what I do is a 5-position card reading. The first position is the past. You have the present, the future. You have Spirit's advice and the most probable outcome if you take Spirit's advice. So, Gemini, in the past, we have the 5 of Shields. Okay. The 5 of Shields. And it's showing you feeling left out in the cold. Alright. Sometimes you can get into such a state that you don't even realize that everything that you need is within a few feet of you. These people are miserable in the background, are miserable. They're freezing, they're hungry, they're cold. And yet the shields in the background are set up to reflect the light of the fire, and they're walking right past it and don't even see it. These gentlemen that are at the fire are obviously affluent, given that they have a fire, but it's in, and also the way they're dressed. Okay, and then the fire is designed to reflect off the shields. So, but they're so caught up in their misery they don't see that. Okay, and that's a really hard place to be. Okay, and a lot of times that's more. It's not that it can't be true, but sometimes it's just the way you perceive things. You don't see that. You don't see that there's light coming off the shields. You don't even see, no, they don't even notice that there's something lighting up their path. At the present, it shows you as the magician. See these 3 rays up here? That's called Alwyn. That means spirit. And he is trying to manifest something. He's trying to bring something. He's trying to create something. Okay, and so he's drawing from as above. He's drawing power from above to create and manifest what he wants below. This is somebody that's studied, learned. He understands the power and how to use the energies, not the power. How to, yeah, well, I guess power, but he's learned how to use the energies of all 4 suits. Okay, and he's trying to bring something to life. Okay, the future. The future for Gemini, please. Spirit, please guide my hands. Ah, Rebirth. Beautiful card. So apparently you went through or are in the process of going through some kind of transformation, because you're somewhere between that utter despair, survival mode, to trying to create something. And then we're getting the Rebirth card. So, like Swan, okay, so the Swan card, what it's telling you is time for a deep dive. And the deep dive is take time out for yourself to be alone and reflect on what happened. Whatever your past is your past. It's not your present. Your future's not set in stone. The only thing you have right now is this minute in time. Okay, so set yourself up with protective power. Okay, you can surround yourself with it. Just imagine a big white bubble and imagine it surrounding you. Okay, and then because you have to release that. You have to release some of this feeling left out in the cold. And things might be bad and you may be feeling left out in the cold. But you will manifest something, and that's going to lead to your rebirth. And the rebirth is going to lead to the lady, which is enjoying growth and reaping rewards. And she is the, basically she would be the Empress in other decks. Spirit, what is your messages? What are your messages? What's your advice for Gemini, please? Okay. And this is the 8 of Shields. It's called working hard. It's also an apprenticeship card. If you look, the term the ships coming in are going to be very prominent in tarot. See those ships back there? That's their ships. They're coming in. But in the meantime, he hasn't stopped. He's still working to provide for his family. He has mastered or is in the process of mastering. This can also be an apprentice card. But he's working hard and learning. Even masters learn more. They just do. Okay. And let's see. Probable future for Gemini. if you follow Spirit's advice and you work hard and believe that those ships are coming in, because he's not looking up to see them. That's a rapid progression. You're going from despair to I think I can, and believing that you can manifest something. You heal yourself, you give yourself rebirth, but you have to give yourself time to do that. That's what the deep dive is talking about, is going into that energy. You've got the arrow where you're protecting yourself, but you can't be so protected that you can't let anybody else in. And then you're going to reap the rewards and benefits. And if you follow Spirit's advice, you're going to have the Ten of Cauldrons, which is basically everything. If you'll notice, the couple is looking at another couple's children, and imagining what it's going to be like when they get married and they have children of their own. This is pink houses, picket fence, 2.5 kids, and a dog and a cat, or whatever it means to you. Whatever the well, it doesn't have to be American. I'm American, but it doesn't have to be. It's whatever it means to you. What is your ultimate happiness? And that Ten of Cauldrons, that's love. Okay. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cauldrons. Okay. So, let me clarify these. What I'm going to do is clarify them, and then I'm going to pull a few angel cards to see if the Spirit has any more messages for Gemini today. Okay. All right. Okay, so in the past, you have the Seven of Swords. And that's clarifying why you feel left out in the cold. The Five of Shields. Okay. Give me just a minute. I'm going to pull another clarifier for the Five of Shields. The Devil. Okay, so it looks like in your past you were dealing with somebody. This is called the Sneaky card. And I don't think this is anybody that's looking back with regret. Well, they may be looking back with regret now. But they didn't have any at the time. Alright. So it looks as if you had somebody that wasn't working in your best interest or didn't have your best interests at heart. I mean, he's basically stealing those swords. So, you know, or whatever. It's just somebody that may not have been utterly trustworthy, and then you have the Devil. Okay, so whatever the Devil means to you, the Devil, that's one good looking devil though. He's mysterious. You can't really see his face. He draws you in. The fire, the power, the dancing, the throbbing of the drums, the fire, passion. They draw you in. Okay, so I'm going to say you had a toxic relationship in your past. But now, in your present, you're trying to manifest something. Something for you, Gemini. Okay? Oh, yeah. You definitely made a plan. And that's your ship. It's remember the 3 ships in the other card? The Eight of Shields? Where I said there were 3 ships? This is one of the ships that you sent off. Okay? Or sending off. You have plans. You've made plans, and you're working towards that future. And that's what Spirit's advising you. Working towards your future. This is where your abundance comes from. It's hard work and attention to detail. Okay? And now you have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a potential, and I do say potential because you have to work for it. So you have this potential new beginning in career, finance. I mean, the Pentacle is obviously coins, and again, here we are. So it's building yourself. Maybe you're building a business. You're building your career. It's you're focusing on money, career, and material things. And not in a bad way. Material things as in a nice home, a vehicle, you know, whatever that means to you. Okay, and then you had, whoops, rebirth. And I had cards jumping all over the place there. So, okay. I typically don't take cards in reverse, but this one actually makes sense because this one is the 5. You also have a couple of 5s up here. And that is when you're in, when things are changing. Okay. And your rebirth is the 5. I'm going to have to kind of move through these. Is the 5 of Cups. Now remember, I said this came in reverse. So the 5 of Cups is where you're crying over spilt milk, or wine, whichever the case may be. There's 3 cups that have spilled into the ground, and they're gone. They're gone forever, and they're so focused on that grief, whoever this is, that they don't see what's behind them. So if the card is in reverse and it's sitting on top of rebirth, it means you have or you are moving past this energy. Okay, you have to, so that you can focus on your abundance, so that you can bring in whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. And the next card, wait a minute, they would have come out, no, they came out this way. So the next card is Justice. This is a major arcana card. It's a very powerful card. It means you will have justice for whatever happened. Now, that doesn't mean vengeance. It means that if something was taken from you, then you will be given something else. Probably of equal or greater value. And it depends on what you put in. And you're getting this because it can also be the legal system. So, you know, this could indicate that there's a court date. You may have a court case going in your favor, something of that nature. Okay. And this is coming because of a Tower card. Okay. The Tower card, the Tower moment. Everybody's afraid of the Tower moment. Sometimes they bring change. That's all I can say. They shake up foundations that weren't meant for you. They weren't built on strong foundations. This can be anything. This can be a business. This can be your relationships, etc. Okay, whatever it was not built on a strong foundation, and so it fell. And you let the Tower fall, which is one of the best things that you can do, because everybody tries to patch it up and it doesn't work. Okay. You need to just let it fall sometimes and move on. And that's what it looks like you did. That's why you're getting the rebirth. And see, you moved on. And here is the other, this is the this is the 2 of Wands. I'm sorry, that first one was the 3 of Wands. That means your ships were coming in. This is you setting your intentions. You're actually setting the ships off, typically in this card. But here, what it's showing you is you're planning. And whatever your plan is, because especially since it's on top of rebirth, look, you've got the deer. The deer represent leadership, but they also represent the ancestors showing you the way. They can't do it for you, but they can show you the way. This is a higher perspective. You have Awen, you have the light showing you exactly where to go. Between those two wands is where you need to be. It's where you need to go. It's guiding you. This is Spirit guiding you through the rebirth, through the Tower, through the process. Okay? And then now we have the 8 of Shields, where you are in the process. Okay? You're in the process, and those are the 3 ships. Okay? Those ships seem to be pretty prominent. Okay, so you have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is somebody that's mastered all the other cups. He's quite content. He's happy. He has everything he needs. He's learned a lot of lessons. He's grateful for what he has, and he's happy. He just doesn't have love. But he's not necessarily looking for it either, you know. He's quite content right where he's at. He just doesn't have this cup, or cauldron in this case. That, he doesn't have that yet, okay? He's working. And that's where the working hard and doing inner work happens. And that way you can close the old cycle, and when you do, you move into the new cycle, which is the Ten of Cups. And that is pretty much ultimate relationship happiness. Okay? Alright. And it's talking about building a firm foundation. Firm foundation so it doesn't come up in a tower moment. Okay? And the Hierophant. This can mean higher learning. This can mean education. This can mean a structured environment. This is, it's called the Pope card. Also, it can be like a structured, like religious orders. There would be the Pope, and then there would be the cardinals, and so on. You have structures. This could be a teacher. This could be a scientist. This could be somebody that is in the military. This could be this, like a CEO of a company. But it's also about balancing your spiritual self and your physical self. Once you are in balance, then you can bring in the Ten of Cups. And that's why it's telling you that you need to do this deep dive. You need to think about what you need to do. You need to go through the process. You need to I think it's a full moon, so if I'm not mistaken, you release on a full moon. Either way, you need to bring things up, heal it, and release it, and let it go. Okay? And while you're doing that, while you're vulnerable or you feel vulnerable, you can put a protective shield around yourself. You can just imagine a protective bubble around you. Really, it works. And then you become abundant. Your shifts come in, and you can enjoy growth. Okay? And right now you're presenting as the Hangman. So you're in that in between. And there's an animal tarot card. I think it's the flamingo, but don't quote me on that one. That it talks about that just enjoy the in between time. Don't be, there's a dash in between the date of birth and the date of death. Don't be so fat. Don't be so much in a hurry to get to the end. Okay? And it's hard sometimes. If you read, you'll understand if you read a lot of novels, it's like you can't put it down. Okay? So, Spirit, I'm pulling Archangel Oracle cards, I'm sorry. The Life Review, it's telling Archangel Jeremiah, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's left unresolved. And that goes back to the Swan card, where it's telling you to do a deep dive. It's also telling you to put up that protective barrier. Archangels, do you have any more advice for Gemini? Yes, courage. Archangel Ariel, it's telling you to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, you have victory. Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Okay? So it's it looks as if you're in the transition period of a rebirth. I think you've gone through the dark night of the soul, and now you're working on manifesting and healing yourself. It's telling you to look at yourself, get a new perspective. You're basically just waiting. You're in the waiting period, or you're in that in-between process. So let it happen and gain a new perspective. But don't stay in that tree forever. Don't stay upside down forever. It's good to get a different perspective, but you do have to get down and move on, or you'll grow into the tree, so to speak. Okay? I hope you liked the video. If you did, please push like, subscribe, and share. You have a great day. And thank you for watching.